All right, welcome everyone. It is Ken here with ProStrategies.com. This is going to be a recap for this last week ending on 12/13/2019. Not a bad week overall, but I want to make first a couple announcements. First of all, one of the things we've been working with, we've been getting a big demand for people that would like the daily signals. A lot of people don't want to trade 5 minutes. So basically what we've done is we are applying the same patterns that I use on the 5 minutes to the daily charts. These are universal patterns. They will work on other time frames. And so that's what we're doing. Since I've always been a short-term trader, I wanted to run it through on the dailies to see what kind of results they have. And they do look very impressive. So come in January, if you are not interested in trading 5-minute binaries, if you are not interested in understanding these particular patterns that I use, then you will be able to purchase just the setups for the dailies, okay? And that will be separate. If you are a member already and you are a member of the chat room, the daily chat room, you will be able to get these dailies for free. That will be included in your package. So those will be free to existing members, or those that are actually in the chat room. It means they've purchased a package, they understand how the patterns work, and they are part of the daily chat room and the evening chat room where we trade the 5 minutes. They will be getting the daily signals for free. Those that just want daily signals, we will have that set up as a different package, and we'll make the price very reasonable, and we'll be shooting out those dailies every night. The way it works is the trades will be put on approximately at it's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern time, with the idea we will be trading the 3 p.m. expires for the following day. You will put the trade on. Once the trade is put on, you don't use stops. You wait until it expires. That's the way I trade the 5 minutes. That is the way that we have found it to be the most profitable. And that is also the easiest way to trade. No stress. Don't have to watch the trade. Don't have to worry about where your stop's going to be, when you're going to get in, when you're going to get out. All of that is not productive when we're trading binaries. You want to get in and let it go to expiration. All right. So that will be coming in January. The other thing is we are going to start putting together more training videos for everybody. So all the existing members that are already part of the live chat room, I'm going to be doing some more videos on money management and how to manage your money and how to add size. That's a real big part of how we trade, okay? When you're trading 5 minutes and or you're trading these dailies, you have to be able to manage the size of contracts. I do not expect anybody's going to be profitable. I cannot be profitable just trading one contracts when it comes to binaries. So you have to be able to know when to put size on. And when I say size, I mean anything beyond a single contract. So there are times, there are setups to where you want to put more than one contract on. And I'm going to be doing more videos on that to help everybody understand how I add size, when I add size. And it's also going to be the same with the dailies, okay? So those that are trading dailies, we'll give you some ideas on how to trade those dailies. When I think it's makes sense to add size, when not to add size, we'll give you some ideas on that as well. So that's something that's going to be coming out. Okay, so let's take a look at these trades. Overall, not a bad week. I did have a couple losing sessions. A lot of this was fact that I was very distracted this week. I was in and out of the chat room quite a bit, as most of the members know. And so I wasn't totally focused. But I still ended up having a decent week. The biggest losing session was Thursday night. That is the night that is only available to the crystal ball traders. Crystal ball only had 1 or 2 setups all night. So I was trading, I was actually forcing and looking for other patterns. And that's really what got me in trouble. It wasn't the crystal ball trades. I think I had 3 crystal ball trades, 1 loss, 2 winners. but I was trying to put some size on some of these other patterns, and it just wasn't there tonight. So it is what it is. But I still overall didn't have a big down day, 341 for the overall day. But Friday was awesome. I think it was awesome for most people trading on Friday. Markets were hot. Everything was hitting, and ended up making back what I lost Thursday night. That's just the way these markets, that's the way these binaries work. Okay. Typically, if you have a really tough session, and this is probably true with anybody that's trading binaries, typically any losing session, usually means that the next session is going to be good. Or if you have a really tough day, the next day is usually a lot better. Just as if you have a really good day, then you want to be more cautious, because usually that next day can get kind of choppy. It's just the way it works. I think that's what gets a lot of people in trouble, is they have these awesome days where it's just so easy, no matter what you touch makes money, and then they come in the next day thinking they're going to be able to do the same, and they get blown out of the water. So something to be aware of, but that just comes through trading experience as we trade. My patterns are obviously very good. They have very high winning ratios. When you look at the pattern, now this is one pattern that I trade quite a bit. In fact, it's one of the only patterns that I'm trading right now, unless I'm doing the crystal ball on Thursday nights. And that's what these stats are on, the PAP. This is also what I will be basing the day trades on as well. They will be based off of the PAP pattern. And those that are members understand the PAP pattern and exactly how it works and the logic behind it. And it has a very strong logic in the sense that it is designed to it reflects the way the markets actually move. Okay, so it's not something we have to be concerned about ever falling apart. It doesn't need to be optimized. There's only one parameter, and it will always continue to work as long as the markets are open. And that's just the way the pattern is designed. So it can, what we call, get out of phase from time to time, but we also know that when it gets in phase, it stays in phase for a while. I teach everybody how to do that. So the dailies are going to reflect the same thing. So when I look at my 5 minutes, I'm looking at my results at the end of the session. When it comes to dailies, of course, you're not going to have as many trades, so you really have to look at your results on how you did at the end of the month. It's not going to be where you're going to be making money every single day with these dailies, okay? You have to look at where you're going to be at the end of the month. That's more realistic. So anyway, we'll show you those results in a minute. But these, when I say naked signals, what these means is that when the pattern sets up to either be a buyer or a seller, then that means you just took the trade without considering any other factors that I teach, like EOM and pair correlations, two very important filters when it comes to putting on trades. But if you did nothing else but just close your eyes and make those trades based on buy and sell, these are the percentages. So you can see coming out of the gate, you have some really nice odds in your favor of being profitable. We can increase that with good EOM and pair correlation. It is also going to be the same with the dailies. Okay, so these are the dailies since we started tracking them. Of course, these are all demo trades. I am not actually trading this in a live account because I want to make sure that it is going to be, I'm going to get the same type of results that I'm getting on my 5 minutes, but on a little bit longer time frame, right? So instead of looking at my results on like I said, a daily basis, I'll be looking at my results on a monthly basis. So from 11/18 to 12/12, which is the end of this Friday, these are all gross numbers. We had $358.75 worth of profit. What these are based off of, okay, these are based off of the fact that whenever I got a signal, okay, I went to a live account and I looked to see what the actual premium was at that time of taking the trade, so I could get a more realistic idea of how it's going to perform, not on a demo account, but on a real account. The goal here is that starting January, starting January, we're looking to start trading these lives as well, okay? But right now, these are strictly beta trades. I don't even recommend any of my subscribers trade these now because I personally am not live trading them. I will starting the 1st of January, okay? So that's where we are. So anyway, a good week. Let's take a look at we'll look at a couple of these days. Let's look at our night sessions, and we'll see where we're at. And also let's take a look at Thursday as well. That's the night I had, a pretty tough night. Let's actually see what it looked like, because you'll see it was more a function of my own personal trading than it was really the conditions of the market and the setups. But anyway, let's take a look at, let's start off with Sunday night, and let's take a look and see what that chart looked like. Okay, so here we are. We looked at Aussie US last week. We're going to look at Euro US this week. As you can see, Sunday night, not a lot of trades. Typically in the evenings, I'm only going to get, anywhere between 4 to maybe 7 trades. This particular night, Sunday night, looks like I had 7 trades, 5 wins, 2 losses. Definitely in phase for the evening, but still, had decent night on Sunday night. And this is basically what you're seeing here is anytime you see a black arrow, that means the momentum is moving to the upside. Anytime you see a down arrow, that means momentum is moving to the downside. So you have the upside momentum, downside momentum, and these little wedges here. Not all of them, but most of them are indication of what I want to be doing on the next bar. Okay, so not every single one of these indicates that I'm going to be doing something on the next bar. It just means that that it is setting up a condition for me to be looking for a buy signal. And once those other conditions are met, and I'm getting this up wedge or down wedge pointing down, that I will go ahead and take the trade. So not a bad Sunday night. Let's take a look at Thursday. Thursday night, you will see that Thursday was really not bad at all. But once again, it was a condition of my own personal trading. So let's take a look at Thursday night real quick. There's really no sense in going through all of this. Also, I wanted to mention that if you do want to keep up with my daily results, just go to Instagram. I'm under Pro Strategies, and I do post my daily results there. So if you want to track me daily on these 5 minutes and how I'm doing, I usually also provide my overall win rate, how I did for the total day, and I usually throw in a chart in there as well. So, and what day I'm on. I think I'm almost 370 days into this trading and posting my results. So, don't really know when I'm going to stop. I'm thinking I may stop maybe around the 400 mark, only because I'm getting so busy these days. But I don't know. Maybe I'll carry a little bit longer and continue to post my results. But I think at this point, I've proven the point that what I have here does work. It's always going to continue to work. There's no doubt in my mind, and those that understand the pattern will also tell you the same thing. And so there's really no sense in continuing, for 1,000 days or whatever, because it's at this point something works for 360 some days, and that's just days. Multiply that times 2 sessions a night. That's a lot of sessions. Okay. I challenge anybody to show me something that works as well. It's very, very difficult. Not saying this is a perfect approach, but I think it's probably the best approach to trading. Okay, so let's take a look at Thursday night, see what that chart looks like. Okay, so here's Thursday night, Aussie USD. Once again, it wasn't the conditions of the setup, it was my personal trading. But you can see this is just the euro now. I do trade a total of 4 of them. There's 4 pairs that I trade. This is one that I recommend if anybody is starting off. They always stick with 1 or 2 pairs. I always suggest either trading the euro or trading the Aussie USD. Those are always going to be your 2 best pairs to trade when you're trading the short term. And you can see we had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades? Is that right? 6 trades, 2 losses. So not a bad night overall. You had these 2 losses back to back. This is one of them I took. I think I took the actual trade came in. First one came in here, and then there was another one here. And I do remember taking those 2 trades, and there were some that I took. I believe it was in the British pound that ended up hurting me because I did some size on them. But nonetheless, overall, the setups were good. It's just sometimes, like anything else in trading, you can come in and you can be trading and you have one person could just kill it that night and another one doesn't do so well. It all has to do on what trades you're taking, and also, most importantly, is when you're putting on size. And most of the time, I'm putting on size at the right times. Sometimes I'm putting on size at the right times, and the trade just doesn't work out. Okay, so that's kind of the way it is. But that's just part of trading, so every day is not going to be profitable. But the key to trading, and nothing builds more confidence in a trader, is getting yourself in a hole and being able to pull yourself out of it, because every trader that's out there is going to have some red sessions and even some red days. Where the trader, the distinction between a good trader, a professional trader, and somebody that's just kind of doing it as a hobby is, can they pull themselves out of it? Can they get themselves out of the red? And the more you do that, then that will build confidence. So when you do have red days, you're not going to be as panicked and upset, because you know you've pulled yourself out of it before, and you're going to do it again. That's just the way it is. So that comes through experience. And so what I'm saying is, don't shy away from red days. Okay, they really get you to really focus on your skills, and you really tighten up, because we all from time to time get a little bit of loose on some of the things that we do. I'm guilty of that as well. So we take a little bit more risk, right? And so sometimes you take a little bit more risk, sometimes you get burned. So what you do is, when that happens, you just get refocused, get conservative, and you work your way out of the hole, and you do it slowly. I'm never one who believes that if you get into the hole, you've got to get yourself out by the end of the day. When I get myself in a hole, I become a lot more conservative, cut back on my contracts, and I slowly work my way out of it. Okay, so I get a lot more selective in the trades I put on, but I'm not putting on a lot of size. I'm working my way out of it slowly. So anyway, that's it for this week. If you would like to keep up with what I'm doing during the week, you can always go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Also, you'll be provided with a link to watch the free fundamental video, which goes through all the fundamentals of what I use and how I trade. But also, by signing up, you'll be on my email list, and I can go ahead and keep you up to date on anything that's coming out new, any new videos that I'm putting out for free, any specials that we may be putting out. You'll be able to keep up how I did for the week. You'll be able to see a lot more charts, and also keep up with these dailies as well to see how we're doing on the daily trades. All right, so that's it. Any comments, questions, please leave them below. If you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up. And until next week, I hope everybody has a great trading week. And I'm expecting next week to have a lot of volatility, because we're getting pre-Christmas here. So I'm expecting to see a lot of really good action this coming week. So I'm pretty confident by Friday I'm going to end up having a great week. So that's it. Everybody have a good week as well. And we will talk to you next week.